Hey, and welcome to Lounging with James. We're doing really well with the whole fortnightly thing. Yeah, let me explain. My computer has had a Trojan virus that was put on there. It was actually hacked into. Long story short, since the end of the last episode, I haven't had a computer, and I'm only just being able to edit it now because I've got my computer back. So it will hopefully be fortnightly from now on. Anyway, Lounging with James is the series where I talk to you, we get some guest speakers in, and it's kind of Q&A, kind of vlog, a bit of a random everything in between. So today we've got a few interesting topics I want to talk about, a couple provided by you, a couple that I've come up with, and one very interesting one in the middle. So let's get started with it right away, and my first topic is technology. Now, technology is something that I am very keen on. Of course, I've got a massive computer in there. I've got all these different laptops and phones and everything. And recently I acquired this little microphone here, which hopefully is active. I've never used it before, so basically I just have to overdub my voice with the camera. I will put on text on the screen if it's not working and it's just using the normal camera microphone, but hopefully it's working. I've also ordered a couple of the big studio lights that should be coming in anytime now. Right now we're just using good old TV with a blank video on it. But they will be coming in very soon, and I'm rather excited to start using them, especially for this series. Technology has definitely advanced recently, and one thing that I've found cool is the whole use of smart home technology. So I've got two Google Homes. I've got one in my bedroom and I've got one in front of the TV. Okay, Google, say hi.
Hi.
There it is. So they allow me to do various things. My lights in there, if I ask them to be turned off, they will be turned off. Here's a very short video explaining some of the things that I can do with my Google Home. Right, so this is my Google Home. Okay, Google, say hi.
Hi, James.
So she's got a Pommy accent. She can control a lot of things, and one of them is this here little box, which I plug my plug into. And that then controls my salt lamp. She can also control my light. Yes, the room light. So, for example, when I want to go to bed, I want to turn off the ceiling light and turn on my salt lamp. So what do? Okay, Google, bedtime.
Okay, activating the bedtime.
The salt lamp is now on. Ceiling light is not. When I wake up in the morning, okay Google, wake up. For some reason the one in the other room went off, but as you can see, it turns off the salt lamp and on the ceiling light. The other things I can do are just control the ceiling light directly. So let's just use this this wall as my thing that we'll focus on. Okay Google, make the ceiling light red.
Sure, changing the ceiling light to red.
So the ceiling light is now red. Okay Google, make the ceiling light blue.
Alright, changing the ceiling light to blue.
Everything is now blue and my computer desk looks amazing. Okay Google, make the ceiling light green.
Alright, changing the ceiling light to green.
So it's pretty fun to just mess around with this, and then when I go out for the day, okay Google, lights out.
Sure, turning two lights off.
And that's what my Google Home does for my bedroom. Back to James on the couch out there. Now, we've got our first guest. She wasn't actually on the lounge with me, and we were on a different lounge. I know, traitor to this poor lounge. I'm sorry, lounge. We had to move. I was at school. I was joined by Michaela because on Saturday, we went to watch a performance that I had to film, and it was a very interesting experience to say the least. So, over to James on the school couch to explain a little bit more. Hi, and welcome to the single couch. I'm by myself with other people.
Hi.
That's Michaela. She's over there because she doesn't want to talk. And also Megan's on call behind the camera. Michaela and I had an interesting experience the other week with a very awkward dinner. Slash show, yes. Because basically in the morning I was asked by a guy at the local photography place if I could do some filming for him. So I said yes, and we just did some in the town. There was a fake bank heist, and it was really cool, and Michaela missed out. I'll put a little thing up here of a little bit of what it looked like. But after that, he asked me if I would be able to go and record a stage production that was on, and I'd get to use his massive cameras, and this is what it looked like we set up, and it was amazing. I was allowed to take one person, so I asked a few different people, and in the end, Michaela said she would come.
No one else would.
And no one else would come. So Michaela had eaten before getting to my place because...
Yeah, I had a full dinner.
Yeah, we didn't expect to be eating at mine, but we did. We had half a pizza each, and we were sufficiently full.
Yes, I was.
Yeah,
I was content with the amount of food I had eaten.
I was also full by the end of eating half a pizza and chips. So we went to the place at 7 o'clock at night, and we got there, and Michaela was just, what, you're in a t-shirt and jeans? Yep.
T-shirt and jeans.
And I was just in something a lot like this, except for the black shirt. So we went down there, and everybody else is dressed up in 1920s attire. We've got like full suits and frilly feathers and big dresses and colours and like gangster clothing. So we felt very out of place, but it was fine because we would be upstairs with the camera with no one else dressed up around us.
We were wrong.
We were very, very wrong. We went down and saw the manager of the show, and she was like, oh, we've got these meals prepared for you, come on, sit down. And we got a table for 6 by ourselves in the corner of the room, completely underdressed, with everyone else around us dressed up, and we were very awkward. So not only were we uncomfortably seated on a floor full of people dressed up, we were having what would be Michaela's 3rd meal of the night.
Within the span of 2 hours.
Yes, and they weren't small meals either. They were like, you would pay $60 to get this meal, but because we were working there, we got it for free. Working. I got a beef stroganoff, and Michaela, you had what? A whole chicken breast
With like a bunch of mashed potatoes.
with mash and gravy, but really fancy white sauce gravy stuff.
It was yummy.
And it was big and filling. So we were basically forced to eat this. I ate the whole thing because I would feel really awkward if I didn't, but Michaela managed to eat the chicken breast and didn't just mash the potatoes. You just kind
I
of,
ran out halfway through though.
yeah, you kind of flattened down the mash at the end of it to make it look like you had eaten more than you had. And then my mum came with a spare change of clothes, luckily for Michaela, and a bow tie for me, so we felt more in place. And then there was dessert. We were both over full by the time, and this guy named Darren comes over, and he's like, oh, we've got you these desserts, but you need to be upstairs in 5 minutes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. We'll just miss out on dessert. It's fine. We don't need it. No. I insist. We'll bring the dessert up to you. And we just both looked at each other and we were like, no, please. Luckily, they forgot to bring us up to it, but we didn't have any more food, luckily. So that was a rather awkward dining experience of underdressed clothing and having to eat a 3rd meal in the space of 2 hours. It was an interesting stage show, to say the least. Not one I would voluntarily go to watch. It was very well made and very well put together, and the actors were good. The storyline was weird, so it's nothing against the actual play itself. It's just a very weird storyline. It was called Extravagangster, and it was interesting, to say the least. But that was our experience. So yes, that happened, and I really missed that camera. I took the cameras home afterwards and set them up where this camera currently is, and I just wanted to see what it would look like with the filming of Lounging with James using the massive camera. Here's a photo of what it looked like, and I actually almost cried because it is my dream recording setup, having a massive camera like that. It uses film, so that's the reason that the guy that currently owns them wants to get rid of them. I'm hoping he might sell them to me and I would be able to start using it, especially for things like Lounging with James, but also make a difference with our skits because we would have this camera and the massive camera as well. Now we have a question provided to us from Twitter, and it is, why is gaming and or YouTube important to me? Well, YouTube was originally just started up as a fun project for Michaela, Jade and Sophie and myself. It was just something we do occasionally. We do Roblox videos. I cringe every time just thinking about it. And we came up with the idea. Originally it was just something fun, but now as we've been doing it for a while, I'm liking how it's a place where I can do the stuff that I like and it gives me something to do outside of schoolwork. I'm a massive fan of like filmmaking and the whole skit creation and script writing. I'm a massive fan of all that. And YouTube is a good platform for people who want to do that to start out with when you can't go straight to a big company and be all like, yo, hire me when you haven't even done anything. Gaming is just, it's a way to escape. It's a new world that we can enter quite literally in most cases. And it's just one of those things that it sucks you in and you just get encapsulated by it really with certain games. Normally it's just kind of something to do when I'm bored in terms of games like Skyrim or Cluster Truck, CSGO, Overwatch, that sort of thing. But then you've got games like Far Cry Primal that I play often, and Elder Scrolls Online, and Minecraft of course because I've got the server on there. They are ways for me to escape and to actually think about different things and not have to worry about what's going on around me because I'm focusing on what's in that game, especially in like Far Cry Primal where you've got all your quests, you've got all the people to worry about. It's just something I enjoy doing. I know that everyone else has a different opinion, so I'm going to leave this as a question for all of you. Why do you like gaming, or if you're a YouTuber, why do you like uploading to YouTube? If you leave your answers either down in the comment section below or at us on Twitter, at Halfbox Studios, you'll find us on there. And the reason behind the name change to Halfbox Studios is we were kind of wanting to lose the otaku theme. That was from 2014 when we couldn't think of anything and we were a lot younger. We were all 13 at the time and we were just like, oh, let's make it otaku ninjas, otaku geeks. So we came up with the otaku geeks and that's where otaku servers came from. And then we're like, we never really fitted into that category and we still don't fit into that category, so why are we labeling ourselves as that? We're drawing the wrong crowd in that we want. So that was why we changed Otaku Servers to Pixel Acres to draw in a different crowd, and we changed the Otaku Geeks to Halfbox Studios and Otaku Cast to Thought Pods. They're coming sometime, okay? Just give them a chance. I don't know when they're coming, but they're coming. I've got all the recording equipment. Here's a very quick snippet of all of my audio equipment that I have, and it's a little bit of fun. Now this here is my technology box for all of my recording kit, but we do have the latest addition to my recording kit, the lapel mic that I was using in the previous segments, if it has hopefully been working. I guess we will find out very soon. So, in this recording kit, we have a whole ton of stuff. So this is actually a couple of kits combined. We've got headset for the microphone which we have here. This is a Steinberg microphone. It has different directions. Plugs in there. Just a little holder for it. Now they both together go with this monster beast, which is my own little mixer. So as you can see, it's got a couple inputs on the front there, the different volume changing. And then on the back we've got on, off, input, output, and a little 5V DC. You want to power it. A bit of everything there, which is handy. Now we also have, as not part of the kit, but still very, very cool, my very own Launchpad Mini, which I am just learning how to use now. So that's my little recording kit because I absolutely love audio. So audio and video are my two things. Little mic, launchpad, and recording kit. Absolutely amazing. Well, thank you for joining us for this episode of Lounging with James. Massive, massive, massive thank you to Ollie who created the thumbnail for this. He created a little square logo and then we just put that in front of a background. But Ollie has done an amazing job. He has made the art for all of our channels and stuff. He made the Pixel Acres logo. He made the Thought Pods logo. He made the Halfbox Studios logo. He made all the banners. He made everything. So massive shout out to Ollie. He's absolutely amazing. If you want to hire him for anything, I would definitely recommend chuck me a message and I'll give you his contact details. As far as I know, he doesn't have a website. I would love for you to go and show him some support. So a massive thank you to you, Ollie. You've really made this series great. And thank you to everyone for watching, and I shall see you in the next fortnight on Lounging with James. Adios.